Hey y'all, it's Wild Weather here for LiveWeatherVlogs.com, and here is what's left of the snow that moved through Washington, D.C. It never quite, maybe if it did get into Baltimore, it was just a few light snow flurries, and it really never got past where my cursor is going here. Baltimore, maybe probably just about Millville, points south and east. Atlantic City probably perhaps picked up a few rain showers, a few wet snowflakes. Down in this area, Delaware, when the heaviest snowfall came through, some areas were picking up an inch to 1.2 inches of snow, and then mainly on the grass. As you can see, as the precipitation lightened up, it was done drawing the cold air down from aloft, and probably changed to rain even before exiting. But this is rocketing out to sea. The storm responsible for it's rocking out to sea, and there's no way it's just not going to come up the coast at all. Fast northwesterly, west-northwesterly flow along the northern branch of jet stream, very progressive, ripping this right out to sea, and basically no one north of this line basically saw anything. As a matter of fact, in Philadelphia, you can clearly see right just at the city from about this point. I'm going to say right about from this point right here, points north and east, it was clear. You were at the center city, looked toward Delaware County, points south and southwest, and you could see the clouds. So this is out of here. What's left over are a few snow showers cruising through the Poconos. Scranton probably picking up a few snow showers. He's seemingly moving down toward Allentown. Maybe a few of them sneak into the northeastern suburbs of Philadelphia, but they probably stay north. And at best, a dusting situation, Williamsport to Binghamton to Scranton. Allentown, maybe just northeast of Reading, moving toward Trenton, LaGuardia. Most of this is going to stay north of the Philadelphia five-county area. I know Bobby was looking at this, and maybe the HAR, the HARR model is showing it being a little bit more robust, but this does not look all that impressive to me. And this, as this storm rips out to sea, will this kind of get shredded off as well. All right, so let's take a look at the currents right now. The coldest air, well, relatively to what the rest of the country is dealing with. We have a cold pocket here, another cold pocket out here, well above normal still. 40s, upper 40s, Chinook winds coming down. We still got this very fast flow off the Pacific, causing this area to be much warmer than average, the Chinook winds, and our bubble of warmth sitting down here in the southeastern states where it's always been. Um, don't see anything too tremendous here. I mean, it's January 8th, and these temperatures are way above normal, even where it's in the 30s very easily. If you look back in the winters of the 80s and early 90s, at this time of the year, you would see this intrusion of below zero air, 15 to 20 degree below zero air for forecasted high lows, and then high temperatures in the single digits and below zero in this area very easily this time of the year. But none of that's happening right now. Snow depth. This is all from hamweather.com. Snow depth is quite plentiful up here in southeastern Canada. This is where the coldest of air has been too, north and east west of this area. Some snow leaking down into the United States, but really look at this. Even Calgary and Edmonton, Alberta, really just nothing to speak of. You can see where the flow is coming up and over the mountains. You're getting smashed out here in the mountains. It's a shame the Olympics aren't going on out here this year because they'd be getting plenty of snow. Day after day of snow out here. Relatively mild air coming up and over the top of the mountains here causing snow. The rest of the country is just devoid of snow. Hopefully this changes and maybe we have a new pattern setting up. But until we start laying some snowpack, major changes in the pattern are not, well, could or could not happen. But I'm hopeful that we do get some changes, and I'll take a look at that in a moment. Speaking of changes, let's go see up north and see what's going on with our temperatures. First, we're going to start in Alaska, where Alaska, folks, is just being pummeled by snow in this area here. Feet and feet of snow, over 40 inches of snow in 36 hours. That's also posted as tremendous. 33, 29 degrees below zero now. A nice stretch of cold air here. Now, earlier in the season, the warming was coming up into this general area. Now we're starting to go out here into western portions of the Aleutians and up into Canada. So you get the idea that you got a ridge axis starting to build up here, which may eventually allow the AO to go negative and maybe send some cold air down. We'll take a look at that in a moment. Let's take a look what's going on in Canada. These are the actual temperatures in Alaska. Jeez. let's just put the cursor here. Let's go in this area here. All this area right in here is just way, way warmer than it should be for this time of the year. I mean, 46 degrees in Alberta here, and 45 here. This is just tremendous warmth here. The cold air is up here to 35 degrees below zero now, and this is where it's been. As you can see, the cold air is just starting to relocate a little bit. We'll be looking up this way, and if the AO in fact is going to go negative, this cold air is going to start unleashing. Now, where this cold air unleashes, does it come down in the United States via this way, or does it come down in the United States via this way? This is going to be very crucial later on when we start realizing that the AO is negative and the cold air is coming, because if it's coming down in this general direction, we're going to pop a pretty good ridge on the East Coast, which will open the door up for more warmth. However, if the cold air is coming from this area and coming down, well, then we have the possibility of getting that cold air to meet up with a storm track further south, causing some winter snow fun for some of us in the eastern states. It's a wait and see, but something that's definitely to take a look at. Looking at the AO, there it is there. For the first time in a long time, some of these ensemble numbers are going down into the -4 region. This is why I'm excited. I'm excited to see this. This means the cold air is coming. Just how quickly this happens is anyone's guess, but probably sometime after January 20th, probably right through February. This is a tremendous change in the Arctic Oscillation tonight that's really gotten me a little bit more excited. And even the NAO has gotten me a little bit more excited. As you can see, we've dipped down here a little bit, but as you can see, many more members now are now going neutral and negative. So this is something else we're going to have to keep an eye on. While blocking is not completely evident yet, it may start showing up on some of the models as the models start catching on it. There is, in fact, perhaps a pattern change, and definitely so in the Arctic Oscillation. It's very evident. The PNA, neutral and negative. I mean, with these two, I think it's more important we get these two negative, the NAO and the AO, before we start worrying about the PNA. Now let's go to the GFS here. Now this is just a possibility. I'm not saying that this is happening, but this is at the excuse me, the 1,500 thickness. Sorry, I zoomed in there. Let's zoom out here. All right, let's go normal. All right, here's the normal look at it, folks. You can clearly see we got a ridge here. All right, we were coming down with the cold air, and here comes a storm up along the southern tropical jet, screaming up the east coast. Now, again, there's not much blocking, so the storm just progressively goes. And, you know, fine, this may be a progressive pattern, but as you can see, this is a much, much, much colder look. This is a tremendous pattern change if this effect does indeed happen. Something to keep an eye on, something I'm keeping an eye on tonight. But this would definitely open the door for some snowfall to finally start occurring in this region. Well, the bottom line is this. I think by January 20th through February, I think in terms of our area, I think the areas we're going to see to start watching now, and I think the cold air, instead of coming down this way, I think it's going to be coming down in this fashion. So we plunge the cold air down here, we bump the southeast ridge up, and we get a sharper trough, a trough in which the storms will be able to turn the corner instead of going out to sea, but a progressive one still. So although we may not get the blockbuster 15 to 20 inch snowstorms you're looking for, at least it will start snowing. I'm very hopeful that this pattern eventually comes true, because if it does, basically where my cursor is going, this area in here is going to have some fun maybe with some snow, even down into the Carolina and the mountains here. We'll see how far. This is pretty robust here. I'm not so sure it's quite this far south. Maybe it's more like this. Okay, and unfortunately South Carolina, this area down here is out of this picture, but we'll see how it goes. This is Wild Weather for LiveWeatherBlogs.com, hoping that you are having a safe night and a wonderful evening, and hopefully have a great night and a good morning tomorrow. This is Wild Weather for LiveWeatherBlogs.com.